All right, Auto One, I'm going to do a demonstration showing you how to service an air filter. So all cars have a filter inside to filter the air coming into the engine. So you can see this long, dark snorkel here going to an aluminum intake manifold. And this one has a cable-operated throttle. So when I push my foot on the throttle, it's pulling that cable and it's opening the throttle plate and letting air in. We need to filter that air because if we don't filter the air coming into an engine, then what's going to happen is dust and dirt will go into the cylinders and actually wear that piston ring to cylinder wall contact and wear it out rather fast. So it's really critical that we have an air filter in there. If we don't service the air filter and it gets dirty, it won't let enough air in there, and now the engine gets choked off with air, and the computer will see the lack of air and will reduce the amount of fuel flow, so it'll reduce power all the way around. So on this engine, the way we can get to this air filter, and that's what I want to show you, is how we get to this air filter. So you can see, let me pull this guy off here. What you can see is this filter box, pretty big, has a little wire sort of clasp right there. And I'll just show you again there. So I just pull that off. And this one I just pull off. And then there's one here that I'm going to pull off. And then there's one here that I'm going to pull off. Like that. And then this whole box lifts up. Now, just something to notice, this is clamped to this plastic housing. And this little sensor is called a mass airflow sensor, and that's how the computer measures the amount of incoming air. So I'm going to set the camera down so I can use my right hand to pull this box up. And I should be able to pull this box up if I can get my, this clamp is still attached. There it is. So I lift the box up, and they've got a screen mesh here. But this is what we're after. It's this air filter here. Now it looks really clean on this side because that's going towards the engine. But on this side, it's quite a bit more dirty. It's not bad. It's obviously been replaced fairly recently. But you can see the brown dirt on there and so on. And you can even see some leaves and such up inside there. You can see a little bit of some leaves and some bugs over here, right there, etc. So we'll take a compressed air nozzle and we'll blow from the clean side out. We'll do that right now. Okay, here I go. I've got a compressed air nozzle. And so you can see I've got my safety glasses on because that can be real dangerous for your eyes if we get compressed air blowing towards your eyes. So we're going to blow from the clean side out. And so, and you can see, hopefully you can see, but there's a lot of dust coming out. I don't know if you can see the dust coming off right here, but I certainly can see it. Again, when I look at the camera, I can't see the dust coming out, but I personally can see it. Let me do it again. See if you guys can see this. So I'm just going back and forth through all these, and it looks like I got a lot of dust out. I'm going to blow it off this way. So this filter didn't look very dirty to begin with, but boy, when I blew it out, I sure got a lot of dust out. Obviously it has to go back in. This clean side goes towards the engine. The dirty side's towards the outside of the environment. So let's pull this back over here. And we'll put our camera down there, and we'll lift this guy back up. And we'll drop this back in. And a lot of times, it only goes in one way. They'll have like a flat, so it only goes in one way. This one can go in either way. And I got the box down, and I'm snapping these clasps back on. Got that one. And try to get this last one. And so let me see if I can get this last one on there. Okay, maybe I don't. There, I didn't have it all the way down, did I? Okay, now all four clamps are clasped on there, and that's how we clean an air filter. Let me see if I can pull up a car with a different style. This is a Toyota Tundra. Okay, so here's a 2008 Chevy Silverado, and it has a totally different type of air cleaner. So you can see it's got this small V8 engine, and it's got an air snorkel going over here. And here's the mass airflow sensor that's going to measure the incoming air. Let me see if I can get the camera to tilt down a little bit. And then here's the box. And in order to get this one off, this guy has these T25 Torx fittings. So this is a Torx driver, and I'll try and get it to focus on there. You can see it's got a star tip. Hopefully you can see that. And so we have to take these, loosen these guys here. So there's one I'm taking off there. And it's kind of nice if you have a battery operated tool to do this quick. And hopefully we don't drop any of these. Here's the second one. There's four of them. And that's how we're going to get to the air filter on this guy. And that one's just coming up. It's not coming out. So we'll just leave it in there when it's loose. And here's the third one. This one's coming up and out. So we'll pull that one out. And then the fourth one down here is a little hard to reach. So I'm just down in here so you can see where I am. I'm just down. Let's see if you can see where I am. There. Can you see it? Kinda. Anyways, there's one there. There's one there. And there's one there. And I'm getting the fourth one. Okay. So let me lift this cover off. Put this guy back up here so you can see. And come on, focus. There it goes. And then we pull this guy up, and then there's the filter. And you can see it there, and I pull it out. So this is the side to the engine's pretty clean. Here's the side to the outside. And again, like the other one, I mean, it's got some dirt in there, but it's not horrendous. So let's turn it around, and let's take our compressed air nozzle, and we'll blow it out, and hopefully you can see what's coming out of here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woo! Bugs, dust, small children on trikes, things like that. Whoa! Look at that. It's a dirty one. I think you can even see that on the camera. Get it to spread open like that. All that dust going inside the shop where my computer is. That's no bueno. So I'll blow it this way. That makes a little more sense. So I'm going to kind of blow it out. I'm going to kind of fan it out. Sorry. All that dust out of there. Woo! Lots of dust. Blow off my computer now. So much dust. I'll blow you off. All right, don't point it in anybody's eyes. Okay. Okay, so we got that thing cleaned up. And neither of these needed to be replaced. Lift this guy up, slide him back in there. Get him inside the box. Don't let him hang out. And get those bolts back where they're supposed to go. And as usual, it's fighting me a little bit. That's okay. We've been there before. We know how to deal. So this one down here, Of course, that bolt's not wanting to go in properly. Why am I not surprised? Okay, there. Got it in. Put this in. Start screwing it down. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing. Now you can kind of see. And I'll get this one in. It's really important that you make sure that the box is seated correctly, because otherwise it could suck in dirty air and go right past the filter. And you definitely do not want that. So I'm getting these all secured down. And then this last one down here. What I noticed on this bolt right here at the very, very front left right here, that one right there, its receptacle is broken, so it wouldn't really tighten up, but the others are tightening up fine. At least two of them did. Yeah, that one's not tightening. These two tightened up fine. These two are not tightening up. They're closing up, but they're not tightening up 100%. So that gives you an idea of a couple of different cars and how they go. And there's other cars that are hard. Toyota Camrys have a box and they have a 8mm screws. You got to pull them out. A lot of times the box breaks and so on. Anyways, so that's how we replace an air filter if we need to replace it, or just clean it and service it. We usually replace them once a year, every 15,000 miles. Some people let them go longer, but I recommend changing them once a year, which average person puts 15,000 miles a year. And that's it. Thanks so much.